I went to a second league team for the first time in my life. Of course, Berlusconi was there, whatever, but I had to make some steps backwards as well, because at that time with my knee injury and with my knee, not a lot of clubs were interested in me, you know? So I decided to go to a second league team. A lot of things happened in that year. I went through depressions, I took sleeping pills, you know, so my head wasn't in the right. I played some good games, but I didn't arrive at Monza, the real Prince Boateng, because I went through so much stuff, childhood-wise, family, kids, whatever, you know. So I went through depressions, called the coach, and I said, I'm not coming in anymore. And I knew the coach because we used to go on holidays together, you know, so he was a good guy. He told me, stay home, no worries. Like, I went to practice one time arriving at practice, but I didn't know how I arrived because my head was gone. So I went left, I went right. Yeah, so I arrived at practice, but I didn't know how. So I turned around, went back home, and I called the coach and said, I'm not coming in anymore. I can't. I have no more energy. Like, my son used to come, and I just was there when I didn't know what to do with him. Like, real depression. I stayed in bed for like 4 weeks straight, no showering, nothing.
Wow.
Yeah, it was tough. So then I went to a psychologist, they helped me, and then I got better. But nothing really brought me back being me. You know, not being with my kid on a new club or whatever. Like, and then the only thing what saves me right now, that give me peace, happiness, and everything is, I want to show you guys, that Jesus is king.
Jesus is king. John 14:6. So
seriously, this is, for me, it changed my life. Totally changed.
How was you introduced?
I was introduced for the first time because I grew up in a neighborhood where I grew up only with Muslims, you know, Turkish Arabs, because the immigration of Turkish Arabs in Berlin is high. So I grew up with them, but I was never really religious or believing. So I believed in a higher power, definitely. But my older brother is a Muslim, you know, so I was like confronted with a Muslim. So I got introduced to Jesus 5 years ago. This is where someone put the seed inside of me, you know? And then I got curious, and then I left it again, and I said, no, I don't care. And then playing at Hertha, there was Dodi Lukubakio, the guy who's just signed for Sevilla. He started talking to me about Jesus and the Bible and everything. And then I got interested in it, you know? I was talking to him and got some questions, you know? I was like, why is it impossible that it's not true, coincidences and all that? So I went to the World Cup, Women's World Cup in Sydney, and this is where it hit me. The person prayed for me. And this is the first time I felt something inside of my body. It was just like impossible to explain. Then I had an encounter, like, you know how you have to leave your pride and all this sinning, what we did, because at the end it's all sinning, what we do, going out, drinking, whatever. I left it all in the party and I bowed down. So I went to my knees and prayed to the Lord. I was crying like crazy. And this is when I had my testimony, my encounter with him, because I heard the voice telling me, come home. Like, it's difficult to explain to someone. If you would explain me that 2 months ago, I would say you're crazy.
Yeah, because I see it on your Instagram and stuff like that.
Yeah, I got baptized, you know, that as well. At the day I had so much pain on my knee. As soon as I got baptized, I went for a jog. I could run. Like, it's crazy. Like, if you would tell it, I don't tell anyone, yeah, you have to be Christian. But it's just the peace I'm feeling, the love I receive and the love I can give. It's just overwhelming. So going back to Monza, if I would have that in the moment right there, like, I wouldn't go through depressions and all that, because reading the Bible, getting the word, it's just unbelievable what is happening in my life right now.
Goes back to that we were saying before, having to suffer to get through.
Yeah, that's why, like, if you don't suffer, you don't learn, you know, and you don't have anything to talk about. If you just try to find a way around suffering, no, it's going to come. And it's going to come hard, really hard. Like, a lot of footballers, they don't talk, you know. They don't have the ability to talk. And you see the player in France sitting on the bridge. Bro, because we're in everything, this tornado, like, every day. Some people, like me, when I was young, I was strong. I came out of it and I wanted to prove. But there's others, they're not strong. They're weak. So my key out of all of this was, like, becoming a Christian and believing in Jesus, having a purpose in life. And it changed everything in your life. Like, nothing is important to me anymore. Watches, cars, going, I don't care. I just want to serve good, be a good person, and spread love. So this was my game changer.
Is there a lot of players you know going through this type of stuff, the depression,
so many,
etc.?
So many, and no one talks.
Sleeping tablets,
sleeping pills, drinking, going out, looking for love everywhere. You know, so many, having problems with family members. Like, everybody has their story, you know. That's why always the people say be kind. You have to be kind to everybody, but it's true because everybody's going through something. You never know what they're going through.